Hello, everyone, and welcome to part one of my stress management workshop. This is all part of the Tallahassee Community College Learning Common Success workshops, and this was recorded in March of 2020. I want to introduce myself. My name is Sam DeZerga, and I am the Academic Success Coach in the Learning Commons at Tallahassee Community College. If at any point you need to contact me, you can do that at dezergas@tcc.fl.edu. And you can also see that email address right there on the PowerPoint slide. With all of that being said, let's go ahead and get started with the presentation. So this workshop's all about stress management. So before we go ahead and talk about the ways to manage stress, we need to go ahead and define and understand what stress is. We're also going to explore how stress can be positive and negative. Stress is defined as the physical, mental, or emotional strain or tension and the situation, occurrence, or factor that causes it. A definition for stress can be difficult to pin down because it's such an individual thing. For you, public speaking could be a very stressful situation, but it's might be one of my greatest joys in life. So remember during this workshop, since stress is different for everyone, your approach to stress management has to be personalized. Typically, we interpret stress as a negative thing, but it doesn't always have to be that way either. Eustress means stress with a positive effect. So think about the emotional strains caused by positive events like riding a roller coaster or watching a scary movie. In these situations, the physical, mental, and emotional strain actually produces positive emotions rather than those negative emotions that we usually associate with stress. To begin, let's explore the foundations of a positive, low stress lifestyle. This foundation is going to be made up of three building blocks. No stress management or stress reduction technique will be successful in the long term if you do not have this solid foundation. To sort of drive this point home, if you've ever taken an introduction to psychology course, you've probably heard of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. For the purpose of this workshop, we do want to focus on that bottom layer of the hierarchy of needs. That's our foundation, our physiological needs. These are universal needs that drive all human motivation and behavior, and by attending to these basic needs, you're setting up the foundation for a stress-less lifestyle. So there are three basic needs that we're going to discuss today, and that's eating properly, exercising regularly, and sleeping well. Let's start with eating properly. So for many people, meals have become an afterthought made up of fast food and frozen items. Most adults know what they should eat, they just don't eat it. And sticking to a healthy way of eating is part of managing stress. Giving your body the proper fuel will give you the energy you need to battle the harmful effects of stress. With this in mind, you should set small goals for yourself and remember that progress is very individual. Don't expect yourself to start eating like an Olympic athlete as soon as you make the decision to improve your lifestyle. So celebrate every healthy choice you make and don't be too hard on yourself when you make an unhealthy choice. Just focus on doing better next time. Finding time to take care of our bodies is another challenge many of us face. Exercise is an important part of stress reduction for a lot of reasons. Exercise makes you stronger and therefore more resilient to stress. Exercise helps clear your mind and therefore reducing the harmful effects of stress. Exercise can help you work out the negative emotions that result from stress, such as anger and frustration. And exercise also gives you the alone time to think through stressful situations. If possible, you should try to find some sort of activity that you enjoy. And if you have trouble finding time to exercise, you can try some of these tips. I like to take a walk at lunch. You could walk or bike to and from school or work if possible. You could take the stairs instead of the elevator. And then you could also stand when talking on the phone. The last building block to a healthy lifestyle is going to be sleep. We all know that it's one of those things that you think that you don't have a lot of time for, but trust me, you don't have time to not sleep. The average person needs about 7 hours and 20 minutes for a good night's sleep, but on average, they're only receiving about 6 hours and 40 minutes. So while that doesn't sound like a big difference, over the course of a year, that's about 230 hours of sleep debt. Try out some of these tips to help you get a good night's sleep. Make sure you're using your bed just for sleeping, not for reading, watching TV, working, studying, homework. Likewise, you should try to sleep in just your bed, not on your couch or in a chair. You should make your bedroom a comfortable place. You could hang curtains to keep the light out, blinds even, an appropriate amount of blankets and pillows, no noise or distractions. You should try to go to bed around the same time each day and have a routine before you get into bed. That can be a cup of tea, you can do some stretching or yoga, a few moments of meditation, quiet music are all great ways to relax. Remember, diet, sleep, and exercise are all part of lifestyle changes, and there are no quick fixes. So start slowly, build your commitment steadily, stay positive and focused, and at that point, you've got a recipe for success. Up next, we're going to talk about the Triple A approach to managing stress. Click on the link in the description below to check out part 2.